Alright guys, so I'm going to show you another tackle box room saving / keeping organized trick. Okay, so I know y'all seen me in my videos. I've got my sack of worms. So now my tackle box is getting too full. And so now I have to go through every single one of these baits. And there's multiple ways you can do this. I'm using the money saving trick. Okay, so let that set in. I have these bags marked. I have creatures, worms, along with miscellaneous. So let me tell y'all the difference between a creature and a worm, which y'all probably already know, but I'm going to help out with this. A fluke is technically a creature bait, a stick bait, or just a fluke. But that would fall into a creature bait, setting. But I would put it under miscellaneous because it's a fluke. Sinkos fall under worms, but they're technically stick baits. Innovation reactions, how it's got the tails. And it does not look like a worm. It's not a worm. It would be a creature bait. Okay. I would put these under miscellaneous because these are grubs. And while I'm thinking about it, let me go grab these. These stupid things I bought off of Wish. Okay, these are going in miscellaneous for sure. And they probably work, but I don't care. The amazing baits, creatures, just kind of form different stacks to make it easier, yada yada yada. Okay, my motor oil worms. My finesse worm, my trick worm, same thing. Those would go, I would put those in miscellaneous as well. Just because I know where they're at technically. So these worms, I have yet to use these, by the way. And I have this fluke bag. Okay, where's all my flukes at? There must be a hole in the bag. Anyway, so my cotton candies, worms, Sinkos, worms. If you want to have your own Sinko bag, if you're more of a Sinko fisherman, then of course make bags for the baits that you more or less use. I got my big U-tail worms. Those would fall into worms. My crawfish, I'm going to put, because I've been using them more and more, they're going in miscellaneous, easier to find. Lizards, I did not classify these as creature baits. I classify these as miscellaneous because a lizard's a lizard. A creature bait is a creature. I mean, pretty dead set. Crawfish, same. By the way, smoked those 5-pound bass. We were using this. The color is called Bass Special, but I can't find it nowhere. It's an amazing color, and apparently whenever we went through that whole pond, we could, these were the only things that would work. So I've been using them more and more. I'm seeing a pattern to the spots that I go fish, that they're more or less biting on the crawfish around me. Okay, on top of that, I got smaller U-tails. Alright. Then I have my ripsters. I'm sticking them in the miscellaneous. So, you're going to grab all of your... Right now, I have the creature bait bag. Stick that in the bag, put them side up. Creature baits would also fall into baby brush hogs, magnum brush hogs, etc., etc. Okay. I don't really have that much creature bait. So I guess you can say I can put the crawfish in the creature bait bag. And then everything else is going into the worm bag. You want to make sure all the air is out of it. That way you can make more room in your bag. But the main reason I like doing it this method is I don't have to tear everything apart to get to the worms that I want. This saves a lot of time for me. And it saves a lot of time on getting on the fish. Okay, now my worms. Okay, so Cincos. I think I'm going to put Cincos, since I have a lot of Cincos, I'm going to stick those to the side. And those are going in a bag. I need to get more Cincos. I'm running low. Boom, boom, boom. Cincos. I'm trying to keep everything somewhat even. That way everything has space. If I have to get more and more baits and worms and lures, that I can maximize my capabilities on the water. And it sucks because whenever I get done with a fishing trip, a big fishing trip, I just come home and put my stuff down. I don't go through it and I want to go fishing next time, and then everything's out of order, out of place, because you just pick something up, throw it in, not even paying attention. You know, it's natural, I call it. You know, don't think you're alone on that. And I still got this miscellaneous bag. I don't really fish with a lot of flukes. I just never had, I don't think I've ever had the right color, or they just, you know, I just pretty much give up on it. Okay, miscellaneous bag. Matter of fact, I'm going to put these finesse worms in the worm bag. And I didn't even fill up the worm bag yet, but Cinco, bunch of Cincos. I'm putting my lizards. These stretched worms right here, I decided I don't want them in my worm bag because it's miscellaneous. It fits a little bit off to me, and it does not resemble what I think it will. Like, for instance, a frog, you know, for your pigs and stuff. Good idea is a bag for that too. Get all the air out of it. I mean, I'm a backpack fisherman. I'm not one of those guys that likes to hook around or pull around a suitcase, because, you know, weight adds up. Every little worm adds up for sure. And also, if you're going out to a fishing trip and you know they're not going to be biting on this, that, and the third, that you can leave a bunch of this stuff at home and it's already set to the side. And you can roll it to the point. Oh, I still missed a couple. You can still roll it to a point where you can still read your label on the front. I think on one of these I did it backwards. Yeah, I have yet to use these little baits right here. Like, come on now. Frickin' wish. I should have known better. It's too good to be true. Cinch it down, and as you can tell, that didn't take too long. There's a couple worms I had to throw away, but as you can tell, it was, you know, a lot easier. Another method you can use for this It's a little briefcase with the little Ziploc bags built into it that you slide your worms in and out, just, however it goes. I don't like using those. The reason being is I think they get too messy. They're also like $25. I mean, why would you want to go spend the money when you have it right here at home? Okay. Now that I went over that, I'll be going through the boxes next. And thank y'all for watching. Remember, 5 more casts.